Hello, I'm back again. I was not planning to do another vinyl video so soon, but I got so much love on my last one that I thought, okay, this is what the people want. I will provide. And I will always enjoy talking about my vinyl collection without fail, so it's a win-win for everyone involved. Which means that today I am doing the 2023 vinyl tag. This was originally Rob Walker's vinyl tag. I'll link him in the description, the original video. I've never done a vinyl tag, so thought that'd be fun. I enjoy other people's videos. The first question is favorite release of 2022. And this is a really tough one because I have a lot. But I wanted to talk about Big Thief's most recent release, Dragon New Warm Mountain I Believe in You. What a mouthful. And yet, such a beautiful title. This album is so fantastic. Everything Big Thief puts out is so fantastic, but I feel like this one really just shows how diverse their catalog and like all the genres that they're capable of just perfectly mastering. And this is a 2 LP that I have on recycled vinyl discs. The A-B side is on this purple pinky recycled, and the CD side is on this totally gorgeous like blue marble recycled. I have to say though, this pressing does not sound very good. And I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. I've read a couple other people with the same problem. So that's a shame because the production on that album is... The second question is the last band or solo artist you saw live, which for me was none other than Sloppy Jane touring her newest album, Madison. I was very lucky. I got to see so many fantastic artists this year, a lot of my favorites. But this show in particular was insane, mind-boggling. Haley Dahl brings it every second of the goddamn performance. It was one of the best concerts I saw all year. I'll put a little clip. And this record is on this opaque blue vinyl that has a couple like marbly swirls in it, but it's mostly just this plain blue. Next question is, the first album was the best. As in, you know, your favorite album of theirs is their first album. And for me, that would have to be Indigo D'Souza. I got to see her this year too, and actually a lot of these people I got to see this year. How about, I'm just gonna link my concert video click if you want to see all the people I saw. And Indigo only has 2 full-length albums out right now. I have both of them on vinyl because I'm a super fan. She opened for Lucy Dacus when I saw her, and I don't know, something about I Love My Mom I think I just vibe with more. I don't think that her second album, Any Shape You Take, is any worse than this. I think they're both amazing albums, but her newer album is a little bit more produced, like a little poppier, and this one just feels more raw, which I enjoy. I have her first album on this super cool purple marble, and her second album on this blue and green smash pressing. Next question is hat trick, and technically by that he means to show any album that you have the CD, vinyl, and tape for, but I don't really collect anything besides vinyl, so I don't have any albums like that. But I thought I could show you an album that I think has a very cool hat trick of its own, which is Varsity's The Basement Takes. And the thing that I think is so cute about this is that when you look at the cover, you know, it just looks like that, but then when you open it, the sleeve is the tea bag. I just thought that was so cute, and I think it counts as a hat trick. And this album is on this really unique, I don't know, I don't have any this color in my collection besides this like dark pink magenta-y clear vinyl. Next is an album that starts and ends with the same letter, and I thought this would be hard, but turns out it wasn't. Laurel Hell by Mitski, L, obviously. And if I'm gonna be honest, this is probably my least favorite album she's ever put out. I'm someone who's been listening to her since her Puberty 2 era. Obviously this is very different, but I still love it. I think it's an amazing album. A lot of people say, oh, you don't like it because she's writing happy music. And I'm like, did you listen to the lyrics? This is not a happy album, guys. And I have it on this super cool black and red, I forgot what this is called. I'll put the word here. Question 6 is someone who was born the same year as you, and I do not have an album from an artist that was born the same year as me. So I'm going to skip that. Question 7 is most listened to album in 2022. And I have a lot of those, and a lot of those are in this video under other categories. So I thought I would highlight someone I don't talk about a lot, but I do listen to a lot, who is Charlie Hickey. I found him while I was deep diving Phoebe Bridgers' label, Satisfactory Records, and he is like so amazing. I'm genuinely obsessed with everything he puts out. And it's insane to me how little people know about him. I do have to say, my one complaint is I have listened to a lot of Charlie's acoustic performances that are available online, and Marshall Vore, who is the drummer in Phoebe Bridgers' band and also, you know, helps produce and mix a lot of her music. He also did like pretty much all the production and mixing on this album, and I think it sucks the life out of some of Charlie's performances. I hate to say that because when he does the same production techniques on Phoebe Bridgers' music, it's amazing. But something about Charlie's music, I think, really shines when it's just him and a guitar. So that was a little disappointing. It's on this interesting, I don't even know if the camera is going to do it any justice, but it's clear with yellow and purple little like marbling in it. Next we have most listened to artist of the year, which I learned thanks to my Spotify Wrapped, was Phoebe Bridgers. I only have 2 Phoebe Bridgers vinyls. I have the 5th anniversary Galaxy, which I was ecstatic to get my hands on. And I have Copycat Killer, one of her EPs, on the Spit variant, which is more just like a, you know, like a greenish Coke bottle clear kind of color. And then I have an Australian artist or band. And the person I wanted to highlight was one of my favorites ever, Julia Jacklin. And this is her most recent album, Pre-Pleasure. Her voice is just so soothing and melodic and beautiful. I got to see her live as well this year, and I remember thinking before I got there that like there's no way she can sound the same way she sounds in recordings. She does. Her voice just naturally sounds like that. And I have this on this, what I think is so beautiful. It's this, I think it was like a caramel marble swirl, but it was the Zia website exclusive, and it looks like a moon to me. Am I wrong? And I listen to a couple Australian artists, but if I had to recommend any, it would absolutely, without fail, be Julia Jacklin. She blows everyone out of the water. Then we have a record that people would be surprised I purchased in 2022, and I think that's gotta be the Four Town 7-inch. If you don't know, Four Town is the fictional boy band from the Disney Pixar movie Turning Red. I'm sorry, I like cartoons. I love cartoons, and this was bumping. Billie Eilish and Phineas helped write some of the music, and Jordan Fisher is like the lead singer in the band. What else do I have to say? And this comes on a cute little just like orange transparent vinyl. Although I'm kind of pissed that they just released a new song, and it's pretty much the best song they've ever made. And it was after they released the vinyl. Next we have an artist or band that you have their full discography. For me, that is gonna be Girlpool. Girlpool is probably my favorite band of all time. And I have their original self-titled EP on this transparent orange vinyl. Before the World Was Big, their first full-length album, on this super cute opaque yellow that matches the cover perfectly. Their third album, Power Plant, on this stunning like purple marble. I thought it was just gonna be plain purple when I bought it, so when I saw that color I was aghast. And this album, I have a tumultuous relationship with it because for a long time I said it was their worst album, but I was on a Girlpool kick and I was listening to them again, and honestly, some of their best songs ever are on this album, but their vocals are just not giving. Usually they, you know, they sing, they yell, sing a little bit, you know, but in this they're just pretty much whispering the whole time, and I don't think it suited them, and I don't think that they thought it suited them because they never did it again. And then their album What Chaos is Imaginary on this transparent pineapple-y yellow color, which I think would have to be my favorite album by them. And last but not least, their most recent and final album, because they broke up this year, Forgiveness, on a silver pressing. This was definitely the largest departure from their style that they've ever released, but I think they did pretty good. The production is fantastic, but I find myself not really listening to the second half very much. The 12th category is a great run of 3 vinyls, but when I was looking through my collection, I realized I don't have any. I either own bands' discography that's like larger than 3 or smaller than 3, and none that are 3. So, well, we're moving on. Next, we have one that I never get to show off or talk about, but I love. The question is, show one of your favorite soundtracks. And this is Donnie Darko, the original score. I do wish that it was the actual soundtrack, because there's so many good songs on the soundtrack, but it is just the score. It's on the most beautiful marble in my entire collection. Oh my god. So gorgeous. Like, it just has so many colors in it. This was a Newberry pickup. And then the 14th category is We Lost Them in 2022. And here I have Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, because Christy McVie passed away this year. And I have it on this just gold pressing. Next we have a disappointing purchase of 2022. And I hate to say this, but Crushing by Julia Jacklin. Not because I don't love this album. I love this album. It's such a good album. But I went to London this summer for my brother's wedding, and I got to go to one of the rough trades in London, and I chose this over the UK pressing, the blue marble pressing of Black Country New Roads album. And every single day I wish I picked that pressing up, because it is kind of expensive now. And I really love that album, and it's my favorite pressing. So that's why this is a disappointing purchase. Not because I don't love this album, but because I kind of wish I got a different one. And this is just on a transparent green. Okay, so my camera died. So if the angle is different, that's why. Category 16 is a non-vinyl purchase from 2022. And for that I have a Godcaster tape, a release called Salter Gas, on just a clear tape. And I only found out who they were because they opened for Sloppy Jane, and they melted my face off. Like, they're so good. I'm hoping I'll get to see them again this year. Next is a grail that you found in 2022, and this is Lucy Dacus' home video. This was in my last vinyl update, but I'm gonna give her the attention she deserves in this one too. It's this super, super cool blue with like a pink blob in the middle that looks so pretty with the inner label. Although I do have to say, the one that I bought did not come with like the hand-signed thank you note, but that's fine. That's fine. I really just wanted this beautiful pressing. Next we have a space-themed album or song. So I have Joanna Warren's record, which I always want to include because I want more people to know about her. This is her most recent album, Lessons for Mutants. And she has a track on here called Piscean Lover, as in Pisces, the astrology sign. I thought that would count as a space-themed song. And Prompt 19 says to show a present that we got. So this Christmas, I got Hannah by Lamelda on this absolutely adorable, precious pink vinyl. And finally, at 20, last, but certainly not least, is a album that was released in 1973, which I have Quadrophenia. And this is just a black pressing, but it has a super cool gatefold, which includes a book that has a bunch of pictures, you know, from the movie. This is so cool. And that's the video. Thank you guys so much for all the love on my last vinyl video. I hope you guys like this one just as much, and have a wonderful February.